listen to us almost every evening, and good afternoon to the new ones who are maybe tuning in for the first time. I did have the pleasure today to meet somebody who called me by my full name, and I was quite aghast. Didn't know if to run or to hide. I'm not guilty of anything, but it's just rare. And the gentleman said he's a listener of the program. He's been in the pavilion all the time. So sometimes people in the pavilion are quiet. They don't really reach out. But to all those who support or who find our discussions of value, we appreciate you. Good afternoon to the owners and operators of this great radio station, Mr. Neil IWER George himself, and by extension his family and members of staff. Good afternoon, everyone, and we want to start in good vein by thanking God for life. This is another day, and some of us have not been that fortunate. I did attend a funeral this morning of an elderly person. I know my friend, so condolences to my partner Wade Charles. Wady, and on the passing of your mom, condolences, and keep strong. And it was one thing to see. I think his mom was in her 80s. When you see an elderly person pass, it is no less sorrow. However, there's a sense that he or she made a lot of runs, and those are runs on the board, and as what we say they lived a full life. That we understand. We still don't accept it, but that we understand. However, when the opposite holds, there are a lot of questions to answer. There are a lot of questions that boggle the mind when the person is young, or the circumstances surrounding their death is quite controversial, suspicious, spurious, and perplexing. We began with Lying Excuses by the Mighty Sparrow, a popular calypso that we all know too well, and a song, I think it was in 1995, and I was just spending some thought talking about lying excuses. Are all excuses lies? And all lies excuse? That's a very crafty name, Lying Excuses, where in the song, if you're familiar with it, the Mighty Sparrow spends a lot of time trying to convince his partner that whatever she sees and she reasons to be the reason or the truth of what she sees, he offers quite an alternative explanation. Quite an alternative explanation for every possible allegation. He said, that is all, that is all, that is all. He said the $2,000, so you saw. Sparrow knows that the lady saw him giving the other lady $2,000. He didn't deny that. What he denied was the reason for the $2,000. So what we see is sometimes half the story. Then the other half seems to be the theory or the explanation behind what you see, or the explanation given. Sometimes it's a lie, and it's a lying excuse. And are all excuses lies? Necessarily? I don't know, but I think there's a philosophical dichotomy there with that I've never given it so much thought. Lying excuse. But that doesn't erase what you see at all. It erases what you see or what you experience with your own eye. That is without fear of contradiction. What happens, however, is that many people have different explanations. You know, I might have had to for whatever you see. So I'm not doubting what you see, you know. What I'm trying to tell you, and we excuse away whatever has been seen, you know, and we offer alternative reasons and perspectives and analyses, and we offer different ways of navigating a true explanation. And depending on the explanation, often enough, sometimes the reaction is different. So the Mighty Sparrow took a lot of time trying to convince this lady that his relationship with the other lady is not, maybe, let me say, intimate is the word, or not without just purpose. That is all. He was trying to see if she was stung by African bees. Good. And forget, he said, they want us to break up. Forget what people say. Forget what the crowd say. Forget what other people say. This is what the explanation I've offered to you. And I would like you to trust and believe my explanation of the events. Again, what has been seen is not in dispute. Often enough, what is seen is not in dispute. We both see the same thing. We both see the same thing. Some people never saw at all. But in today's society, we have the technology that allows us to see even if we were not there. Even if we were not there, we do have the technology that allows us to see the frame and see more of the context. Despite how much explain away. And you know, the usual, it wasn't me. I wasn't there. You have a solid alibi. Well, we could tell. We could tell the technology allows today for facial recognition. The technology allows you to recognize somebody, and from then you pull all the details and you get to locate them anytime, anywhere you want to. So you could go ahead and explain away. You could go ahead and give alternative answers. Quite recently, there was the killing of Joshua Samaru and the injury to Kai, yes, Sealy, which made its wrongs in social media. That was a shooting that has been at the pulse of social media and the society, and whatever the circumstance, I think condolences are in order to the young man's family, and same to the, because I think there's a child involved, to Miss Sealy, and the news describes her as his common law wife. So we know there's a relationship. I think it was reported that she was, or she has been paralyzed. I can't confirm these things. So she did suffer injury and loss in this incident, and therefore condolences are in order for those individuals and their families. We do not have all the full details before us, but we do know that he succumbed to his injuries and she is paralyzed. So there's been a big discussion. There is an ongoing feud on social media that again puts the police work at the center of controversy. Now, I want us to be very minded that this is an active issue, so that our comments should reflect respect for both sides. I am in no way skilled or trained in law enforcement. Good. That does not mean I don't have an opinion. How much my opinion is worth, I don't know. But I don't really care either. It is just mine. And you too would have your opinion. And you don't have to be an expert to have an opinion. The experts will have one opinions that either confirm what you feel you know. It might educate and correct. So it can correct or confirm what you feel you know and edify you about what you don't know. And that's the power of opinion and dialogue. You know, sometimes we have a very skilled pavilion, good, with a lot of different people. Some very humble and quiet, and they will call in and they will educate us on things that we don't know and bring us up to speed. So I am not the expert by any means. So I have only of late had an opportunity to view the footage. I have only of late have an opportunity to view the footage, and it is evident that there are questions that need to be answered. I've read the comments of the Police Complaints Authority, to whom the matter has been referred, I believe. I have heard the comments of the Police Complaints Authority once again calling for the implementation, the speedy implementation of the body cams for officers. I've read that. That I can say. So the Police Complaints Authority is dealing with the matter. That's the process. And I've seen the call or the reminder of the use and the advantages of having the body cam, which I believe if all are one or of a particular standard, you should be able to get audio, some audio and some video footage of police interacting with, you know, people on the duties as they go about their lawful duties. But we don't have that. We do not have that privilege, and we will address that at a particular point in time. But what I want to start off with is your first impressions. Before we get into the scientists, and everybody and all of us sundry, all those who have particular expert, I would like to get your first initial impressions if you have seen. Now, if you have not seen the footage, then say so, and I will still take the comment. Okay? Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon. It's Mr. Matheson, correct?
No, Mr. Matheson is not here as yet. This is Ronaldo.
Oh, okay, Ronaldo. I saw the footage. It was played over and over by Crime Rush program Ian Allen, and I saw the footage. Besides the fact being mortified by it, there's something I want to say to you. Over 10 years ago, 3 or 4 police officers, I think it was, were involved in a shooting in Moruga and Princestown. What the evidence led was that this individual, who is supposed to be a well-known miscreant, came to the police station in the morning and he signed the book because that was the condition of his bail, to come and sign the book at a certain point in time. But that was not a good time, it would seem, to have him apprehended for whatever it is they suspect he may have been involved in. So they waited where they knew his car was going to pass. And when his car was coming, it is alleged that they opened fire on them. When the smoke was cleared, they realized he was not in the car, but friends of his were. And 2 persons had survived, 1 man and 1 woman. They were placed into the police vehicle and they were driven to a back road in a cane field, and there the police, it is alleged, completed the job. Now the question you have to ask yourself, why would police officers go through all of this to act like this? The talk on the ground was that a particular businessman who was involved in a particular type of business had placed a hit on those individuals, and he got individuals to carry them out. Now fast forward to yesterday, fast forward to what is taking place now. All I saw in the video is this car careening around a corner and crashed into a concrete drain by what we call in Trinidad a galvanized fence, had people close on the line and all of that. And as it stopped, seconds later, a police vehicle with 5 bearings stopped a little way distance away from them. 3 police officers alighted from the vehicle. I saw the man stretch his hands outside the driver's side window, and that did not deter them one bit. One was behind, firing from behind into the vehicle, and 2 on the other side, firing violently all over the vehicle until persons were motionless. Now, what struck me about that particular incident, there were 3 individuals there. Of course, there would have been a lead officer anytime officers go out, whether it's a corporal or acting corporal or whatever it is. But no one had the decency or the sense to say, hey, stop. The man hand in the air, stop. Don't shoot. No one did that. It seems to me that these police officers were on a mission of death. Whatever it is he may have had with them, I don't know. I don't know if he had something with them, some beef or something like that. His family said that what he's involved in is that he transport, I think it's food or something like that. You know, and his wife or his girlfriend, whatever you want to call her, common law, she's a hairdresser. And they're so family oriented, they had a car seat in the back for the little child for when they're going out. The car window had no tint on it. The family has said he has never been involved in anything and has no record and nothing before the court. That has not been disputed yet. So the question is, why do you want this human being dead? Why must you take his life? There's an answer to that why, you know. I don't know. We'll probably find it. But whether or not you have a reason for killing him, the man's hands was in the air. He made sure he pushed it outside the window so you could see his 2 hands filling in the air. Nothing in his hands. And he was gunned down mercilessly. Submachine gun bullets, other bullets, whatever it is. Then man take out a handgun to shoot. They just wanted him dead, dead, dead. Now these are police officers who are paid by my taxpayers' money. And they are trained to defuse situations and to show that you ensure and you preserve life and limb. So we come back to the big question here now. For 30 years, I have been calling for serious police service reform. When Dr. Rowley came into office in 2015, he called Dr. Derrison and said to him, we have a problem in the police service. Tell me what it is and tell me how to fix it. Dr. Derrison did his report. Over the last year, Dr. Derrison has been saying both the ULC and the PLM must come together and pass the laws within that report in order to make it functional. The UNC has said, no, I don't want to have nothing to do with that. And they refuse to come to the table with the PNM in order to have serious police service reform. Now you come to tell me about Zoso? After what happened in that drain there, that corner with those police, when you come to tell me about Zoso? Well, let me tell you something. If one independent senator vote for Zoso under these conditions under which police officers are operating, he must be a complete lunatic. At the end of the day, we need to fix the police service before we could go on to do anything else. And not only police service need fixing, we need to fix customs, stop the guns from coming in, fix the Coast Guard. We need to fix these places before we go any further. And let me say this to you. The position that I take is the position that the PNM has been taking for the last 3 decades. But they could do nothing because the UNT refused to use their finger in the parliament and vote for it. Now the shoe is on the other foot. Ms. Beckers has said she's ready to vote for anything that is for country. Bring it to the table. Show us that you care. I thank you for listening.
Okay, caller. I hear you. I see where you're going. I wanted to really stop at the issue at hand, though, but you've given good context to your opinions. And let's take this other caller. Now, what I want to know is how you felt about what you saw. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Orlock. After I listened to that caller we had there just now for the whole afternoon, and I think they could hire him on Beyond the Tape and to probably give statements for the police, because I find it challenging to understand the statement that they give is contrary to what is in the actual footage, that they can't speak about it because it's under investigation. Because many things there's be under investigation, but when you all have the footage, they play it and they give a ball-by-ball narrative. And it is clear for anyone to see who knows anything about policing that that is not the way that you operate when you're policing. It is totally against the rule of law and the oath that they took. And in my mind, Mr. Orlock, it is the same thing that Trump and them was doing on the open seas. Because suppose there were people under duress in the car. Could have been the driver himself under duress. Is it that when we doing that as police officers, we killing victims too? Is that how we are trained to engage and assess situations? Apart from the guy hands being out of the window after the vehicle came to that crashing stop, who does decide when the first shot is to fire, or when there was sufficient enough rounds that left your gun? Because one of the officers had time to change the firearm he was using and reach for another firearm and empty more shots in the direction of the vehicle. This, all I see when I watch them is what's going on with ICE in America. It's the same exact attitude. Too much, I don't know what it is that these police cannot separate the emotions for whatever it is and do the job properly, is to apprehend and take before the courts. Killing is not really part of all the thing. All you have leeway to take certain type of course of action if your life or other person's life is threatened. But where does any body language of any one of the officers suggest that they were under any threat? And we have seen it in multiple videos. The videos in Jumans where the driver hand out the car, or they take out the passengers from in the front seat and the back seat, they hand up in the air against the wall, search them, put them back in the vehicle, and then just shoot up the vehicle just so. While all the officers were walking up and down callously, carefree. So where was the threat? Where was the threat? I wait to see how they spin this one, but I know that they will find a way. But it's only if the civilian population come together and strategically organize themselves, they will know how to deal with things like these. Because if it was me, I would allow the police officers to give all the statements before I release this video. Or they just tie up all themselves more and more. And when it's necessary, then this will come to the light. To see the type of people who, I don't know, like they have a challenge with being honest and operating honestly. And this is the same people that we want to give more sweeping powers in this suggested zones of special operations. And talking about if the body cameras are available, it has to be mandatory with high penalties, just like how it had the high penalties for these traffic fines. It has high penalties for the officers not putting on the body camera or trying to tamper with the device or the footage that it collects. We're not serious in this country. We're not serious, right? Because if we were serious, we'd understand we had to take a multi approach at certain things. And this piece here, piece there, piece all over the place, not going to work. Not going to work. The drivers in the country facing the full brunt of the law. What about the police who go contrary to the law? Where are the increased penalties for that? Where are the increased penalties for the politicians? Or we just going and continuing the cycle of allegations, 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 and no redress for the country's purse? I looked on Mr. Alex, I'll leave it there. Thanks for allowing me.
All right, good afternoon. Thank you. So your reactions are important, and we will get into this matter layer by layer by layer. So don't be too worried. You know, I don't expect you to be an expert. Let me take this call. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon. Am I on?
Yes, sir, you're on. Go ahead.
As far as I am seeing it, law and order is broken down in this country from the top to the bottom. The police know that they can do what they want and get away. Similarly, the man in the street knows he can do what he wants and get away because there is no redress. And once this system continues to go as it is, the anarchy will continue. People are getting paid very richly to do a job, and that job is not done. There is corruption right up to the top. You tell me, I know a child was 5 years old when her mother had a case, and right now the child is 18 years old, and that case put off the next year. That is what we are dealing with in Trinidad and Tobago. The criminals know that they can kill someone and it can be delayed, and all the other people involved in the case will die out and they still are alive. Not only the criminals out there know that, but the police also know that. There is no accountability and there is no redress. The law in this country is Draco law. And unless that is fixed, then it will be sad for us. It may be that policeman, that man today. It may be the garbage man tomorrow. Once the people stay silent, when it reaches to you, and it's reached to me, there will be no one else to say why you do that. This is the time for us to talk, and this is the time for us to take redress. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. So, callers, we're going to a break. So, I will hold the calls until after the break So don't be worried. I'm going to get back to the topic, and I want to appreciate all you callers who have called thus far. And all I want you to share with me is how you felt. You are parents, you are fathers, you know what it is, you've seen what it is. It is really up to you in terms of how you feel. So we're going to break, and when we come back, we're going to discuss the matter a little more. You know, you had to watch that video a couple times to see if what you're watching is really what you're watching. There was something surreal about the footage that in a way you didn't believe what you were watching. You didn't believe what you were watching. There was something surreal about the footage, and you didn't know. 20 seconds left before the break. Senior Matheson.
Good evening. Good evening to all your listeners. I guess I'll be joining you on the other side of the hour.
Yes.
But interesting discussion.
Join us after the break for more.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Get ready to immerse yourself in the vibrant rhythms and the joyous spirit of sweet calypso. Join us for an unforgettable experience at the semi-final round of the Calypso Monarch competition. This is Calypso Fiesta. 40 Calypso stars will compete on the Skinner Park stage. Calypso Unleashed, boundless harmonies. Mark your calendars. Saturday, February 7th, 2026. Join us at Skinner Park in San Fernando for an afternoon of pure Calypso magic. Showtime 2 p.m. Tickets available on islandetickets.com or call us at 623-9660. Don't miss out on a chance to experience the rhythm and joy of the Caribbean in 2026. Calypso Unleashed, boundless harmony. This is Calypso Fiesta.
This carnival season, experience Panorama your way as we celebrate Trinidad and Tobago's national musical instrument in powerful and unforgettable ways. It's the medium and large conventional band semifinals 2026, the Savannah Party. Sunday, February 1st, 2026 from 1 p.m. at the iconic Queen's Park Savannah, Port of Spain. Sit and watch the bands compete. Feel the precision, the power, the mastery of pan and steel orchestras battle for a place in the finals. Or head to the party stand, the North Stand, where you can enjoy the jubilee of the season. Non-stop vibes, sweet pan, and pure Savannah energy. Tickets are available now. Grandstand $400, North Stand $500. Pay-per-view tickets are only $30 US. Get your physical tickets at Pan Trinbago headquarters, 55 Don Donald Street, Port of Spain, or online tickets and pay-per-view tickets at www.pantrinbago.co.tt. This event sponsored by the Ministry of Culture and Community Development, National Carnival Commission, Kenson Group, the THA, BPTT, Eat It, and the Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Bank.
If you want to feel the heart and soul of TNT Carnival, then come to the National Carnival Commission's John Cupid Carnival Village. There's something for everyone. Safe, secure, and family friendly. There's beautiful handmade local crafts on sale, live performances, kaiso, calypso, comedy, soca, chutney, steel pan, and more. Every night from 6 p.m. It's Everything Carnival. NCC's John Cupid Carnival Village, located inside the Queen's Park Savannah, right behind the paddock area. The perfect spot to ease back and relax. And best of all, admission is free. NCC's John Cupid Carnival Village. You're gonna love this.
How you just turn on this time machine, boy?
Bro, we have to...
Yes, I know, we had to go, but I had to start it.
On Sunday, February 1st, 2026, Captain Starbright and Tim Tim are going to take your kids on a magical journey to the past, present, and future of Carnival, the greatest show on earth. Get ready for Kids Carnival Kingdom. Back to the future.
Yeah, but how we going if this time machine not working, boy?
Bro, you're putting me Smolta. It's powered by Smolta.
Oh, it's powered by Smolta. All right, put it. All right, right, let's go.
Kids Carnival Kingdom, back to the future. Sunday, February 1st, Skinner Park, San Fernando. Rides, slides, games, soca stars, and more. Parents, watch them learn about their culture and save the future of Carnival. Early bird tickets available online at islandetickets.com or timetolime.com and in store at advertised outlets. Kids Carnival Kingdom. Call 337-KIDS for more information. Kids Carnival Kingdom, back to the future.
On Carnival Thursday night, the country descends upon the Queen's Park Savannah for the biggest concert in Carnival.
I feel for woman and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a woman and
Vibes with Boise X.
I got the innocent. All when I jump in with the friends. I got the innocent.
This year we say cheers to 10. 10 years of dreaming. 10 years of growth. 10 years of voice. Vibes with Boise X. The biggest names in soca will be a part of this special celebration. 10 years of Voice's life and career. Physical tickets at GT's Westmore and Trin City Mall. 5th Street Bar, Ariapita Avenue. 519 Restaurant C3 Center. Woodford Cafe Chagonis. Fairways Tobago. And online at frontlineticketing.com. Sponsored by Digicel, The Security Zone, Guardian Media Limited, Stag, A Man's Beer, Hennessy, Coca-Cola, Royal Castle, Dasani, Monster Energy Drink. Vibes with Boise X.
Join me on Carnival Thursday.
Queen's Park Savannah.
It's in we
This week, the Review Tent continues with Ladies' Night, Thursday, January 29th. 2 persons on 1 ticket. Admission $350. Friday, January 30th, it's Judges' Night. Admission $200. And Saturday, January 31st, it's the Calypso Review Tent stars on full display. With Sugar Aloes along with the Review stars. Pink Panther, Skatey, Devon Steele, Singing Sonia, Michelle Henry, Mighty Diamond, Saint Nick, Nicole Grace, Maze, JD, Fire Tender, Sasha and Moses, Tempo, Kurt Allen, Nisa, Alana Sinette, Lackerman, Organizer, Orlando Octave from Barbados, Mighty Gabby, your MCs, Marcus Batiste, Tommy Joseph, and the Chairman. Tickets at the Review 10 box office, SWWTU Hall. This is your opportunity to experience the Calypso Review tent. For info, call 797-5850. Calypso Review. This is what Calypso is all about.
It's a whole lot of flavor wrapped up in a twist. Some of them try to rap, but they don't rap like this. With crispy KFC tenders and lettuce and carrots and shredded tortilla embedded, perfect wherever you headed. Dripping with that creamy mayo and that mambo sauce. Let me tell them one more time to get my point across. It's a craveable, crunchable, movable, functional, flavorful meal that your taste buds must endorse. KFC, crunch twist, crunch twist. None of them, they don't make them like this.
Introducing KFC's Crunch Twist, a flavorful wrap with a delicious difference for just $29.95. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
This carnival season, come hungry and leave in love. Welcome to Flavor, a carnival culinary experience like no other. Every evening, the Queen's Park Savannah transforms into a vibrant village of food, culture, and celebration. Taste the best of Trinidad and Tobago with local street food, gourmet chefs, live cooking demos, cultural performances, and family-friendly experiences, all in one place. Join us at Flavor Village, Queen's Park Savannah, every day from 4 p.m. TNT, you're gonna love this.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
The Iron Brand always had a plan, giving great taste all across the land. Pelori fry, bake roti and double stew, made with great taste just for me and you. all through the year and all season. The Lion Brand is the reason. When the Lion Brand in the kitchen, we know to mix and move, we're gonna mix and move.
This carnival season, mix and move with the Lion brand of products, the power behind our great taste traditions.
With the Lion Brand.
What are you doing? Crunchnival at KFC is so special to all our we. Like we need blood and we vein. We need KFC again and again. Time to crunch, time to crunch, time to crunch down now. Start to crunch with your crew, look the touchdown now. KFC, time to wave and just bite down now because it's Crunchnival.
What are you doing? Do what you want with the crunch, don't fight it. KFC, Carnival, when you bite it. Flavor, take off, like rocket. It's a Crunchnival with the baddest booking. Bada ding, bada boom. Make best, make room. The steam finger licking. It's a Crunchnival. KFC, chicken, joy, carnival, and every crunch with KFC. When the taste moves your waist, you know it's Crunchnival at KFC.
Play away, break away. Play away. 1, 2, 3, go.
It's a bigger prize and the money nice in the play way breakaway. We betting hard and we betting hard in the play way breakaway. It's bacchanal in the play way breakaway. Win up to 30 to 1 on the base, 130 to 1 with the Juve ball, 135 to 1 with the steel pan ball, and 150 to 1 with the soccer ball. Wager on at least one mega mix option for a chance to break away with bigger play way prizes this carnival. It's a bigger prize and the money nice in the play way breakaway. We betting hard and we betting hard in the play way breakaway. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Welcome to 2030, even though it kind of looking the same because we know all our special effects money. Hey, who joined us over there?
Hey, what year is it?
2030.
30? And what happened to Carnival?
That dead.
That dead?
Welcome to the future, a world where Carnival is dead cause the kids choose phones and tablets instead. No time for culture, they moved on without her. Now Carnival needs a savior.
Brighty, we cannot allow this to happen, you know. Let us go back to the past to save the future.
You like that?
Let us go this Brighty!
Off they went to let the kids know how great Carnival is in Trinbago. From school to school, they learned and had fun all the way to Kids Carnival Kingdom. Trinidad and Tobago, get ready for words, wit, and raw lyrical fire. It's Kaisorama 2026, the ultimate extempo and freestyle competition where only the sharpest minds survive. On Monday, February 2nd, the battle begins at Radisson Hotel with the preliminary round at 7 p.m. Watch the nation's best extempo giants go head-to-head, thinking fast, rhyming faster. Then it all comes down to the grand final on Tuesday, February 10th, 7 p.m. at Napa. One crown, one champion, pure lyrical mastery. Think you have what it takes? Registration is now open until Friday, January 30th at all Tuco offices. Tickets, preliminary $150, grand final $250. Don't miss the clash of culture, creativity, and calypso brilliance. Kaisorama 2026, where lyrics rule and legends are born. Kaisorama!
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Senior, in 2 minutes we're going to another break, but we can take your initial comments.
Yeah, good evening. So I had the opportunity to comprehensively look at the video, but I didn't hear what the excuses, not excuses, what the statement of the police or officers on the scene of the crime at the time, on the scene at the time. I say the scene of the crime because to me it was only one crime there. But I am still at a loss as to what really took place there, because I know one of the standard procedures you use your firearm when your life or when you are threatened by said force. So it's difficult to understand, for me, it's difficult to understand, and I don't know if the callers have the same view, but it's difficult to understand why at this time, or why in that case, the use of such force was important, especially when the hands of the victim was outside of the car. That to me is really, really funny. And not just the victim, but the driver of the car. So, I mean, somebody would need to explain that to me. We've seen too many a proliferation of that kind of thing. So we've seen murders by citizens, ordinary citizens, and then we've seen it happen with police officers. And to me, that what I saw there could only be classified as one thing, right? Execution, assassination, a hit, or whatever you want to call it, but it could only be classified. And if the police doing the same thing the criminals are doing, then we have a problem. Yeah, that's my view on it. I would like to hear what the public have to say about it.
So we will go to another break. Join us back after
Clear
the
the
short
way
break.
and turn the volume up to the max. It's time for the Soca Pick of the Day, sponsored by NLCB.
My journey, my money, my journey. My journey. When you caught up in life and don't realize what you compromised. So long, days we let slip by, and words left denied. Now whispering why. So long, running through the city, chasing all the signs. Never see the moments rushing past the time. Every night is fleeting, fading like the sun. Looking for the answer, but the race got done. Rushing fast like a vapor, never saw what was greater. Chasing after the paper, lost of love, lost of favor. Looking up now I savor. When you caught up in life and don't realize what you compromised. So long, days we let slip by, and words left denied. Now whispering why. So long, oh I lost some time. The lessons is mine. Oh I've lost some time. The lessons is mine. My journey, my money, my journey. My journey. When you caught up in life and don't realize what you compromised. So long, days we let slip by, and words left denied. Now whispering why. So long, oh I lost some time. The lessons is mine. Oh I've lost some time. The lessons is mine. Time is gone. So long. Time is gone. So long. Time is gone. So long. Time is gone. Yeah.
And that is your Soca Pick of the Day. Keep it locked right here for more of the biggest hits and the sweetest vibes, sponsored by NLCB.
Breakaway. Play away. 1, 2, breakaway. It's a bigger prize than the money nice in the play away breakaway. We betting hard and we betting hard in the play away breakaway. It's bacchanal in the play away breakaway. Lights and over. Please play responsibly.
And we're back. We're back, and I am trying to wrap my head around this matter, and I've invited you callers. The number to call is 3420081 or 4665391, and what I'm taking is your initial response. What are your initial thoughts? Good afternoon, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir, good afternoon.
I just want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Did you hear, have you heard, or did you hear the commissioner's statement when he mentioned that incident on national radio?
I heard it by reported speech. I didn't hear it directly.
Okay. One of the things he did, he said, he commended the officers. Am I correct?
You have to tell me this evening, because I didn't hear it. That's what you just said.
Oh, you didn't hear it?
No.
He commended the officers, and then he said to the public, the people who engage in violence and all, do not engage the police. I didn't see the video yet. I saw the video. They showed it about 3 times on the news. And when I put together what the commissioner said to us and what I saw, it leaves a lot to be desired. I was shocked with that.
Yes. Thank you. The number to call, 3420081. And callers, we don't want to engage into the PNM-UNC discussion today, okay? We're dealing with what you saw. What is your reaction? We will layer this discussion, but do not take us into the realm of party politics. Now, party politics is relevant when we reach the policy side of the argument on policies and who are not implementing particular policies. I would like from you to find out what are your initial reactions. You've seen the video. If you did, a life has been lost, and the young lady is injured. You know, the officers have a life too. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and good afternoon. You know, if this is the end result, right? This is what actually happens, right? If we have the right footage or the police have something else, if that is the outcome, then it's no wonder why the man was trying to flee from the officers. Maybe he was feeling like his life was already threatened. So based on how the officers treat with the entire situation, there is no wonder why people will be running away from all here. Boy, probably trying to run to safety because who knows? Who knows? He probably already knew that you all didn't have any good intention. It really is happening, you know. It really is happening, and all you're seeing all over it is ICE. The same actions and attitude of the ICE is the same thing with these members of the TTPS over and over and over again. If it's not murder, it's larceny. And somebody always has some kind of sugar thing to put on it to make it sound nice. Or securing this and securing that, and I don't know now. I really don't know. Citizens, we have to get together and get something going in this country, you know. Because if this is how persons who have power that we give to them, if this is how they're dealing with the power that they give to them, we need to take it back from the police. We can't be looking to give them more powers at this time. Unless
quite frankly, caller, I ain't seen ICE. ICE, as bad as ICE may be, and the things ICE would have done, ICE wouldn't do something like this.
You, Mr. Matheson, I feel you're keeping up with ICE. ICE just pump a whole heap of shots into a gentleman, a young nurse, who was trying to save a young lady who was pushed down to the ground. They take the man gun, and while he lie down on the ground, after they beat him up, just had to open fire and empty shots for them. You need to, I'm forgetting the young man name.
I didn't see that one.
Alex Pretty or some kind of thing, so it's his name or something like that. But
I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one.
ICE is out of control right now, and so too our TTPS. I look on listening.
Thanks, caller. Good afternoon, caller.
Listen to us on your phone.
So we're getting some feedback. Callers, when you call, please turn down your device. Talk to us on the phone, all right? Once we get that echo, we can't continue the call. It shows off the whole thing, all right? So just housekeeping. Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Orlando and Ronaldo, and good afternoon, Mr. Stephen.
Yes, good afternoon.
All right, my brethren. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago, and good afternoon, God. And always remember, God listening, and He also does talk. But if we could understand when He say what He say, but God talks because God is in every one of us. Once you dealing with truth, truth is God, and if truth coming out your mouth, God talking. Okay. So I want to start by a question. My first question: they find any ammunition in that car? No, nobody had.
They would have found the ammunition in the car.
They found?
They would have. I'm sure
Oh, they would have.
They would have. I'm sure they would have found spent shell from the police.
Oh yeah, that is ammunition. Guns then. They find any gun in that car? Okay, that was the question that none of we could really answer except the police could tell you that. And if the police could tell me that there was no gun in that car, then it have some police have real answers to answer. Because normally, when a gun fire, they just tell we pedestrian, if you sell the standard gun law, if somebody come along you and they have no gun, you have no right to kill them around you. You could disarm them, you could do some kind of thing, call the police or some kind of thing. So if hands are what, I didn't see the video, but I don't have to have a video to understand the circumstances because it have motive, and if it don't have a motive, well, it have to have some cause and reaction. So the situation here, a hand was out of a car. Where the police camera, is on him? Well, if the police camera on him, then the police camera will be able to show us what the police saw. And if the police camera not on him, then he at fault having another camera showing we what happened. And if we see what's happening, that is what we have to go by. And if we see the police, the fellow hand was up in the air, while bullets, not one way, bullets were shooting, then we have a right to look at the police and find out what's going on. I don't know what the court will tell me. I don't know what the commissioner will come to tell me. But I, with the common sense in this life, not see a video, could understand what it is I'm saying. And if these people didn't find a gun in that car, and a hand was up in the air, bullets shoot, and a police don't have a camera to show exactly what he saw, well, we are now all right to question the police in a very serious way. And according to the last conversation that come from our brother just now, we have to get very serious with the law and the politics. If the politician now can tell me something good about this matter, we have to go behind the politician. Don't say I have no side and no party here. I am one of the opposition, serious opposition. I have no friend, no partner, no way. Nobody is coming to help me to be an opposition, but I'm very serious in what I'm saying. We have to arrest this situation of corruption and all the things that go behind it by with government and with police order and with judiciary. We have to do that as a people. We have to organize and come together. If we do that, we're going to be always at the, I don't want to use the word kind of how I say it, at the end of the stick. And if you understand, you would have put before the end of the stick, or you understand what I'm saying. We're going to be always be there because they come out to make sure that we stay safe, and they will do us anything. You see what is going on in America and South Africa, that place? They kill we out, and nothing come out of it. But if we have an organization, something always has to come out of it because we organize. Okay, I will leave that.
Okay, Prezi.
You know, the only thing I could summarize some more of this, I can't, there's nothing I could say. I don't know what the commissioner of police was praising his officers for on the basis of what, but clearly, I don't know if he saw the video before, I don't know what. I don't know if they said they was chasing the vehicle from Maloney or wherever, I don't know if at some point in time they were shooting at the police. Somebody would have to say that and show that, right? But we could only go by what we see so far. And we know as good citizens, you and I, we know that there is something called the rule of law. Yeah. And the rule of law doesn't include you're shooting people when the hands up in the air. Nowhere in the world. Right? So unless somebody show me something otherwise, something different from what I've seen, I will have to say that what I saw was just absolutely wrong.
Yeah. The funny thing is, all right, let me see this call. Good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Rolex and Mr. Matheson.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah. I think the phone giving a lot of problems. I will change that phone.
But we're hearing you clear.
Anyhow,
yes.
When I saw that video, it's very troubling. And I hope that there is some effort, serious effort or attempts to have an independent, impartial, and thorough investigation of that matter. I am saying that what I saw there, it was not a first time, it's a perennial problem. That problem goes way back. Yes. We know that. And on your program, we dealt with those matters. You dealt on your program. I don't know, probably if you have the foresight or some gift or something in terms of the topics that you come up with from time to time. For example, you dealt with police. You dealt with the police training, police accountability. You dealt with the question of culture, right? All these things, training, recruitment, all those matters you dealt with. And people were saying, and those callers who called in, I remember hearing them speaking about, people were very skeptical about the operations of the police. We spoke about the question of police reform. We dealt with that. And I'm saying that this thing can't go on forever. Something has to be done. You have to take the bull by the horn. The government has to take the bull by the horn because they are going to embarrass this government, They're going to embarrass them. And I'm saying that I don't know is that if in fact with this on that, what they call it, the OZO or the ZOSO bill, if that is a monkey wrench they're throwing that might be a monkey wrench. So I really believe that, we have to train in and you have to look at the administration of the police and the way they do business, the operations of the police. Because you can't tell me you have a police service and you have a group of police who going out on an exercise or who outside there. And we're talking about training. And we're talking about you have a police station or wherever they're coming from. You don't have senior officers before those people, when they come on duty, they parade them,
not only that,
line them up and whatnot, you brief them.
If you want to piece this together, right? So listen to this. What you're saying is so correct. We operate like blind Batimas and Trinidad and Tobago. We don't operate with no data, no nothing, right? Now, if as they are saying that they're chasing this car since Maloney, right? I saw one police car in the frame. You reach quite Val saying, these people shooting at you. right?
Yeah.
And one police car chasing this car still.
Well, you see,
you not present your pass.
Yeah, but the point I'm making here is this: if I have to put my understanding of, looking at the facts, I am not. The police or the investigators will be concerned about what transpired going up the road. But the critical point is when the person put up their hands, they actually surrender.
Mm-hmm.
You don't shoot people when they surrender. Based on what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the fact remains is that the investigation may come up with different, but that is the point at which I am concerned with.
And who would not investigate that? Himself would not investigate himself?
Well, I hope that, well, this is it. You have the PCA. I don't know how independent. You have these professional standards. I don't know.
I don't even think they have the resources to do what they're supposed to do in that situation.
Well, the thing about it is that something has to happen, but then that you have to have an investigation and an independent one at that.
I feel if it just end up like all others, people might get charged, people might get suspended, but in this case, you might have to suspend the commissioner of police too because he came and he faced the whole thing.
Yeah, because you see, most of the you saw it recently. Most of the cases that fall apart has to do with flawed police gathering of evidence,
of course.
And the presentation of evidence before the court.
Of course.
So it's what the DPP could only act based on what is sent to him. He don't go and investigate. He has no powers of investigation.
Thank you.
The police is charged with responsibility of investigating, arrest, and charge.
And we have said on this program, right? If you develop a system, first, an intelligent system, a network of equipment and resources to help police assist with policing, one of which will be body cams. Right?
Yes.
So if these people are on body cam from the moment this chase starts, you'll be hearing everything what going on, you'll be seeing everything, you will be able to see everything.
Yeah, but you see the police, they have to forgive me, and I make no apology. Based on what I heard a former commissioner said, when asked about the body cam, she said, don't sue me. I'm begging her, don't sue me if I misquote or whatever it is. That the police will issue the body cam, well, they had body cam, but they don't want to wear it, and somebody tell her, well, look, you have to, I think it was this gentleman, I think the parliamentary representative for the Spain South. So they are lord unto themselves. So who running this country?
This is what I'm saying. So how could you say your body cam is like your uniform, like your vest? If you shoot somebody and you don't have on a body cam, you should be making a jail. Whether whether it's right or wrong.
Yeah, but a government has to be transparent. It has to be accountable. And the institutions also have to be transparent and accountable. So if you're not wearing, and you bluntly ain't wearing that, and I don't want to, you see me as a citizen here, I don't really, because this is how I see it, yeah? Anybody who seeks to justify, there's some things that you could defend, and there are other things that indefensible.
And I hear,
and therefore,
let me just put in my piece too, with you.
Yeah.
I hear some justification for this by seemingly sensible people, right? Saying why were the people running? Why were they fleeing? Right? That it's two different things there.
No,
right? It's two different things there. They were fleeing,
yes,
but
the fleeing part to me, what is critical in the whole thing is that when the vehicle turned and the vehicle stopped, because if you run it, if a man attack you, the man is no imminent threat to you, and he turns his back and he's running away, he's no threat to you.
Correct.
And if a man put up his hand and in surrender, that means he surrender. And if a man surrender, there's no basis on which in law that you could shoot the man.
Correct.
Unless the man have a gun pointing at you and whatnot, and based on what I saw, now my eyes could deceive me. I don't think that, I didn't see any evidence of a gun or any weapon or anything. You're not authorized, you're not entitled, you're not in law, right? You have the right to shoot at the man.
And by the way, this is going on a long time. I have a friend who gets shoot up like that on the highway, you know, with police, you know. And,
no, but we have...
And people live in that and come back and say what happened, you know.
But we had cases at them thing all over. This thing is not a new thing. This thing been going on for years. But the fact remains is that it has reached a point where it is in the public gaze. Nobody is telling coming by word of mouth. You've seen it with your own eye. But what I'm saying is this, is that sometimes they say your eyes could deceive you. And that is what I'm saying here. It cannot be treated as conclusive. You have to have that investigation, and to come up with the evidence, and to let the chips fall where it may.
Yes, we have everything, but sadly the part what we have, the police might invent it.
Yeah, but I hear people, as you rightly said, you hear people talking all kind of talk about man shoot and man they drive out, and that is not the critical point of it. The critical point is the man, when the man in the vehicle, the man put out his hand. As if to surrender, I surrender. That is the critical point. What happened before that? Yes, but the point is the...
Check. Royal Castle flavor? Double check. Let's dive into the Royal Castle Road March Song of the Day on the Street 919 FM.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we head into the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
March Song of the Day on the Street 919 FM.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we head into the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
Miaro, get ready. Get ready for the preliminary round of the National Stick Fighting Competition on Friday, the 30th of January from 7 p.m. Stick fighters from the country's greatest guiles will face off in an epic clash of strength, skill, and tradition at the Miaro Recreational Grounds. Witness the best warriors in battle for the coveted spot in the semi-final round. Tickets just $50. Available at Grandstand Ticket Booth, online, islandtickets.com, NCC Office, Victoria Square, Port of Spain. The National Stick Fighting Preliminaries on Friday, the 30th of January from 7 p.m. at Miaro Recreation Grounds. For more info, visit TT Carnival 365 on Instagram or call 622-1670. That's 622-1670 for more information. Presented by the NCC, supported by Moccasin and Forest Park Rum. So, I ain't too sure. It better we get the police that. More people might.
Go for or balata or something. Like hard order.
The
police some stick instead of guns.
The few I've seen stick fighting on TV, and I do not understand how.
Nah, I see that in real world.
I do not understand how that is a sport.
Long time when I was small, man, used to get serious, but said and things in like Gandhi and things.
Only bois.
Yeah, boy.
I don't see what is entertaining about that.
Nah. In some way, epitomizes. We call it,
yeah.
Fighting and that kind of thing. So it's something.
If I were from another country, I would say, "Oh my God!"
When a man get head bust,
better we bring back.
Man get head open.
Better we bring back things in the Colosseum and bring some lion for people to fight. Yeah, and let people say thumbs up or thumbs down. Some kind of thing. Better we bring back the Romans or the Persians, the Greek.
Serious stick fighters.
Yeah,
get some serious boss and thing and that.
I'm telling you, only boy, I don't see. I will not take a trophy for that or any amount of money. Anyway, I'm a coward as far as that is concerned. As far as pain is concerned. So the number to call is 342-081-4665-391. Good afternoon, caller.
Mr. Rolock?
Yes, sir.
There was a lawyer who spoke on the news at 10 o'clock today concerning that incident.
Yes, sir.
He spoke as a legal mind, right?
Yes.
Try and listen to what that person said. What that lawyer said about the situation. It seems as though you're not allowed to play those clips on your program, right? Listen to what that lawyer said and put it together. And if it's tomorrow evening or whatever, come back and tell me what you think about what that lawyer said. That lawyer made reference to the man up in the sky, But I wouldn't say what the lawyer said. I want you to hear him for yourself.
Right.
You will get that clip. Well, if that's right, you will get that clip. And you will get the one from the commissioner, right? You don't have to watch the video because you see it already and put them together. You understand? But listen what that legal mind says. State of the company. Make sure and listen. Okay?
Okay, will do. Yeah, I will. For my own edification, I will. But we have to be careful with these people in suits. You see how Mr. Matheson senior dress up? Be careful, eh? Some of them, not saying seniors like that, have sweet tongues. A sweet tongue. They will tell you exactly what you want to hear for a price. Yeah. That's the only catch.
People tell me that
for a price. For a price, they will tell you that, and you know. After that, we'll go through appeals and we'll go through everything else. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I like to be fair to everybody, right? And in my mind, I think the commissioner would have made a statement before the release of this video, so he was going on whatever report and statement he would have gotten from his officers. Notwithstanding the fact that the mass started to drop off a little bit since they tell me about the radar helping them to get those drugs in the car in the swamp. But in light of the fact that the video came out after his statement, I will give him grace until he comes with our next statement, and I'm hoping it will be based on the contradiction or the inconsistency of what we see in the footage and the report my officers gave to me. I am now going to ask the cabinet or the parliament or the head of the National Security Council to go to parliament and put in legislation and make it mandatory for officers to wear their body cameras when they're engaging with the public, and also have a heavy penalty tied to it. If that is not his statement that he is coming with, then I will be able to deduce, and more than likely correctly so, exactly what type of commissioner we're dealing with, right? Because it is a perfect opportunity for you to see that some of the officers you're dealing with will not come back with the correct report. And in that regard, instead of having multiple situations where you come and speak highly of them, right? And then a video comes out showing the poor work ethics, the poor tactics and methods of engagement that they continue to engage in. I hope that it will help you to do something about it in terms of not just accepting them on the word. Okay. Because the word of a police officer is of no more value than the word of any regular citizen. It is just words against words. But when we have the actual footage, we can clearly see what took place, and we await and hope that this killing won't be in vain, but it will be the introduction of a new standard of accountability for these people who carry around these legal firearms and supposed to be protecting and serving people. Thanks for allowing me.
King, good afternoon.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wallace. How are you?
Well, the king is blessed to be alive, but very perturbed by the climate of certain things that have transpired recently with the engagement of the police with civilians.
Go ahead, explain.
Well, there is a video that is circulating on social media. Namely, the page of Ian Allen on Facebook, I saw a vehicle being engaged by officers that was immobilized, not even moving. Gentleman clearly putting up his hands and opening his fingers, his 10 fingers, suggesting he was surrendering or surrendered. And the hail of gunfire that followed resonates with me to the extent that it's clear that this was an execution more than a apparent shootout. And it's very worrying, so it's very troubling. It's very troubling in the climate of the proposed ZOSO.
Yeah.
And the indiscretion, it seems, of some officers in the execution of their duty. Rogue officers, I would add, but there is good officers.
Yes.
I really am appalled. As a former British soldier, I don't know where their level of training came from. It begs the question, are the police really trained in emotional intelligence, critical thinking, and being able to really assess a threat based on what is a threat and what is not a threat?
I remember personally when I was studying. I did some psychology, and in one of my courses, there's a phenomena. I can't remember the name of the phenomena. When police officers engage criminals or whoever and one shot is fired, what happens in the mind of all the others, and what happened when they open fire on? It's like a fit of euphoria, and
Yes.
that's a phenomenon.
Yes.
I can't remember the name of it, but that's a phenomenon. I'm wondering if that is what happened there.
Well, so what was happening there is a serious issue and needs to be addressed. I mean, the history of issues of such does not provide much hope for the citizenry or even the family in question, because if you look at these officers, they were poorly postured, they blocked off the roadways, they never considered, no one was emotionally in tune to wave off the indiscriminate firing that was done at 5 to 10 meters, which is almost point blank range. Had we done something like this in military service to the British Army, you'd have been before tribunal, you'd have been court-martialed, you'd have lost your benefits, you would have been in prison, sir. So the question is, where is the redress and where is the accountability and transparency with such activities? Will this be another one swept under the rug? It's quite worrying. And a young life, 31 years of age, a young lady is paralyzed for the rest of her life, 24 years of age, and a 10-year-old son is without a father and a mother who is basically in a state that she needs help herself.
Wow.
Can these officers who did this act feel proud of this? I'm really appalled, sir. As a citizen of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, I find it really troubling. And it shows a discrepancy with the TTPS that there is need for more training.
Yes.
Do you agree with me, sir?
Yes, definitely. Did you see from what you saw in the video, could you prescribe, even though, I mean, this is Trinidad police and everybody will have their own practices and their protocols, could you prescribe another way of diffusing this said situation for us?
Well, sir, I served briefly for a brief 4 years in the police service, and I can remember clearly from your training, only when your life has been deemed to be in immediate danger, you can respond with whatever force is necessary.
Yes.
What is clear from the video footage, that is, these officers felt like they were never under threat because they were never taking cover. And no one seemed to have the intelligence to... I mean, sir, they teach you when you're trying to either suppress or eliminate a target, but that seems like it was an overkill. Do you follow me?
Yes.
Yes, sir, it's quite indiscriminate. I watched the... You can see there is no sort of training. They really have no care for human life, their surroundings, bystanders. There was another vehicle there close by. Galvanized fencing where bullets can traverse and travel to neighboring houses. That was really pathetic. Wow. And I really hope that the Commissioner of Police, who took an early position, probably, I'm saying, and possibly, without looking at the facts.
Yes.
No, the video is showing the nation, and even Trinidadians, Trinidad and Tobago nationals abroad, are quite appalled. People are crying out. They are hurt, sir.
Yes. Yes.
They are hurt.
Yes.
Could you imagine the fear and the trauma of that young lady in the back seat while those bullets flew through the glasses? Could you imagine? You see, everyone talks about training, but only when you're in a situation, there's a certain elevation to your heart. There's a certain amount of panic. You have to be in control. The Army taught us that, but training sometimes goes out the window. But, sir, when you look at that situation, the vehicle was immobilized, going nowhere, so your target is stationary. The main suspect has already clearly shown you that he has surrendered. Aren't you supposed to approach that with a sort of meticulous care to arrest, detain, or investigate, or to execute? It is a worrying time, sir.
Yeah.
I have called to make this contribution because I, for one, I'm not receptive to that at all, so I think that's a huge injustice. And if this is not addressed, this will set let's forget the past, but let's go forward now. This will be a bad precedent going forward. Just imagine had there been no camera footage. Could you imagine what the color of the statement may have been?
Mm-hmm.
I hope the relevant authorities are listening.
Yes.
I hope members of parliament are listening. I hope the leader of this country is listening. And I hope real accountability takes place, because the blood of this young man, Joshua, I think it's Cameroon?
Yes.
This young man is not with us anymore, sir. He's unable to embrace his young son. And what will be more incredulous is the nature in how what was the end result in this? Some have made the argument that they shouldn't have driven away, that they shouldn't have absconded, meaning run away
coming up
from
to
the
a break,
police.
caller.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Get ready to immerse yourself in the vibrant rhythms and the joyous spirit of sweet calypso. Join us for an unforgettable experience at the semi-final round of the Calypso Monarch competition. This is Calypso Fiesta. 40 Calypso stars will compete on the Skinner Park stage. Calypso Unleashed, boundless harmonies. Mark your calendars. Saturday, February 7th, 2026. Join us at Skinner Park in San Fernando for an afternoon of pure Calypso magic. Showtime 2 p.m. Tickets available on islandetickets.com or call us at 623-9660. Don't miss out on a chance to experience the rhythm and joy of the Caribbean in 2026. Calypso Unleashed, boundless harmony. This is Calypso Fiesta.
What are you doing? Crunchnival at KFC is so special to all our we. Like we need blood in we vein. We need KFC again and again. Time to crunch, time to crunch, time to crunch down now. Start to crunch with your crew, look they touch down now. What are you doing? KFC, time to wave and just bite down now because it's Crunchnival.
What are you doing? Do what you want with the crunch, don't fight it. KFC, carnival, when you bite it. Flavor, take off, like rocket. It's a Crunchnival with the baddest buckle it. Bada ding, bada boom. Make best, make room. The steam finger licking. It's a Crunchnival. The KFC chicken joy carnival and every crunch with KFC. When the taste moves your waist, you know it's Crunchnival at KFC.
Breakaway. Playway. 1, 2, 3, go. It's a bigger prize and the money nice in the playway breakaway. We betting hard and we betting hard in the playway breakaway. It's bacchanal in the playway breakaway. Win up to 30 to 1 on the base, 130 to 1 with the Juve ball, 135 to 1 with the steel pan ball, and 150 to 1 with the soccer ball. Wager on at least one mega mix option for a chance to break away with bigger playway prizes this carnival. It's a bigger prize and the money nice in the playway breakaway. We betting hard and we betting hard in the playway breakaway. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Why you just turn on this time machine, boy?
Bro, we have to...
Yes, I know, we have to go, but I have to start it.
On Sunday, February 1st, 2026, Captain Starbright and Tim Tim are going to take your kids on a magical journey to the past, present, and future of Carnival, the greatest show on earth. Get ready for Kids Carnival Kingdom. Back to the future.
Yeah, but how we going if this time machine not working, boy?
Bro, you're putting me Smolter. It's powered by Smolter.
Oh, it's powered by Smolter. All right, put it. All right, let's go.
Kids Carnival Kingdom. Back to the future. Sunday, February 1st, Skinner Park, San Fernando. Rides, slides, games, soca stars, and more. Parents, watch them learn about their culture and save the future of Carnival. Early bird tickets available online at islandetickets.com or timetolime.com and in store at advertised outlets. Kids Carnival Kingdom. Call 337-KIDS for more information. Kids Carnival Kingdom. Back to the future.
If you want to feel the heart and soul of TNT Carnival, then come to the National Carnival Commission's John Cupid Carnival Village. There's something for everyone. Safe, secure, and family friendly. There's beautiful handmade local crafts on sale, live performances, kaiso, calypso, comedy, soca, chutney, steel pan, and more. Every night from 6 p.m. It's Everything Carnival. NCC's John Cupid Carnival Village, located inside the Queen's Park Savannah, right behind the paddock area. The perfect spot to ease back and relax. And best of all, admission is free. NCC's John Cupid Carnival Village. You're gonna love this.
On Carnival Thursday night, the country descends upon the Queen's Park Savannah for the biggest concert in Carnival.
I feel for woman and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a woman and
Vibes with Boise X.
I got the innocent. All when I jump in with the friend. I got the innocent.
This year we say cheers to 10. 10 years of dreaming, 10 years of growth. 10 years of voice. Vibes with Boise X. The biggest names in soca will be a part of this special celebration. 10 years of Voice's life and career. Physical tickets at GT's West Mall Entrance City Mall, 5th Street Bar, Ariapita Avenue, 519 Restaurant C3 Center, Woodford Cafe Chagonis, Fairways Tobago, and online at frontlineticketing.com. Sponsored by Digicel, The Security Zone, Guardian Media Limited, Stag, A Man's Beer, Hennessy, Coca-Cola, Royal Castle, Dasani, Monster Energy Drink. Vibes with Boise X.
Join me on Carnival Thursday.
Queen's Park Savannah.
It's in we
The Lion brand always had a plan, giving great taste all across the land. Palori fry, bake roti and double stew, made with great taste just for me and you. All through the year and all season, Lion brand is the reason. When the Lion brand in the kitchen, we know to mix and move, we're gonna mix and move.
This carnival season, mix and move with the Lion brand of products, the power behind our great taste traditions.
With the Lion brand.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
Trinidad and Tobago, get ready for words, wit, and raw lyrical fire. It's Kaiso-Rama 2026, the ultimate extempo and freestyle competition where only the sharpest minds survive. On Monday, February 2nd, the battle begins at Radisson Hotel with the preliminary round at 7 p.m. Watch the nation's best extempo giants go head-to-head, thinking fast, rhyming faster. Then it all comes down to the grand final on Tuesday, February 10th, 7 p.m. at Napa. One crown, one champion, pure lyrical mastery. Think you have what it takes? Registration is now open until Friday, January 30th at all Tuco offices. Tickets, preliminary $150, grand final $250. Don't miss the clash of culture, creativity, and calypso brilliance. Kaiso-Rama 2026, where lyrics rule and legends are born. Kaiso-Rama!
Everyone get in a rage, like an escape from a cage. We don't care who fall, when we run in the wall. We go leave the roof, when we lift off the roof. Hey, Mr. Promoter, you don't get your quota. And how come the place, in a disaster? You is the chapter master from the area, but I take away it. You is a hypocrite. Come now, the way, mash up the place. Everybody, tear up the place. That's your pussy, turn up the place. We got permission to F up the place.
come hungry, and leave in love. Welcome to Flavor, a carnival culinary experience like no other. Every evening, the Queen's Park Savannah transforms into a vibrant village of food, culture, and celebration. Taste the best of Trinidad and Tobago with local street food, gourmet chefs, live cooking demos, cultural performances, and family-friendly experiences, all in one place. Join us at Flavor Village, Queen's Park Savannah, every day from 4 p.m. TNT, you're gonna love this.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we're back after the break. And Mr. West asked a question in his conversation with us that I think I want the public to weigh in on. In light of what transpired, what we saw, with the video, does that hamper the government's credibility in dealing with the zone of special operations? And when I say the government, I really mean the police. Good, because they are the agents of the state for security.
I think I think we had to have a national conversation at about time.
Yes.
Because we had to have some kind of equity in this whole thing. We had to, people have to be able to trust the police. So if you say stop, you stop. And not under any force or anything, but you must know that you're stopping by credible authority, credible and competent authority who will not harm you in any way, who will not lie on you, who will not cheat on you. And the only way you could do that, in that national conversation, it must be a question of, there must be accountability. And that accountability we talk about on this program all the time, that's the body cam and other things. Like I said, I've seen where people are recording the police and the police take away the phone and the camera and that kind of thing and mash it up and all that kind of thing. All that should be that is a crime. That is a crime. That should be a crime. Right? Once you're not interfering with the police lawful authority to do the job, you're not hampering the thing, the ability to do that. Why will you take a man's phone and mash it up? Right? Why will you not want to wear a body cam? Right? All of that is what creates the accountability system. And we had to start having that kind of conversation. As a matter of fact, the government, as a responsible government, should want to ensure, if you want to have the people to have that kind of confidence in the police, have those mechanisms in place to be able to create or to develop that kind of accountability measures. And that is my take on this. Because to me, there's where it starts.
And you're so right. Good segue into where we're going next. So call us on 342-081-466-5391. In light of the video that has been making its rounds on social media concerning the police-involved shooting of Mr. Samaru, how do you now feel about the zone of special operations, where it's a much more surgical, quote-unquote, approach to crime fighting?
It will appear to me, and not now, it will appear to me that the government and the police have no problem with collateral damage. They seem to think that, listen, it are criminals out there, it are people out there who are committing crime, and it will have some collateral damage, so let me kill them when we catch them. Right? We tired of the, I'm just saying, this is what they're probably saying. We tired of the fact that they are getting away by the system and that kind of thing, and when we catch them in slackness, let me kill them. But that is not the way. That could never be the way in any law-abiding civilized society. That creates more breakdown in order. trying to do that. We have to find ways to fix law enforcement and trying to be and certainly what they're trying to do there is not the way.
Good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, good afternoon, Roy Mackelson. With a young guy, they will post to execution killing them. And with that zone, I think they could be presenting all them hotspot on them. Like more powerful the police them to abuse people. Because we have no trust in the police, man pull up you white flag and surrender. And the police them whole thing, they will come on the corner shooting it. They never have a ball on. Because you don't see people out here outside and the man in the vehicle, the policeman talking and say, put your hand outside the car and open the door slowly and come out. Because you don't crash on the track there again. But as the former Prime Minister say, who dead, dead, who live, live. And this Prime Minister say, kill them all violently. Bless.
Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I like the question. So let me lay out some facts, right? This present government would have accused some of the actions of the TTPS by labeling it PNM police or PNM whatever, when the police would have carried out whatever work it was, right? So it's not that they are unaware that the police service in some cases will come up short, right? In light of this new video, I don't think they need anybody to tell them that if you're concerned about cheese and you notice is rat you have as the guards, it's only sense that you set up some cameras to see if it's the people who you believe thieving the cheese or if it's the rat themselves going with the cheese. I don't think the government need anything more for them to understand that if you're giving these rats, for want of a better terminology, this sweeping powers, you need to make it mandatory, right, that they have on the body cam with the same high penalties that they had no issue when considering the traffic offenses, and the police cannot see it as too much or see it as how to play it, boy, trivial or no big thing if they just leave off the camera. They have to operate with the same mindset that they want the population to operate with as it relates to checking your vehicle every day. So don't tell me you forget to put on your camera. That is no excuse. Because what you all want from the citizenry is time for them to offer some of it too. It is ridiculous to think that the government would need anything more to understand the need for total accountability for these people who have this power and consistently offer statements that is in vast contradiction of what actual video footage displays. Thank you very much.
Accountability is what is important. It will only work. Confidence in the police service and the police, law enforcement, solving crime will only work if both sides are comfortable with each other. Both sides, the public and the police, and both sides are confident that when you call the citizens are confident that when you call the police to do something, you could get it done. We spending plenty money on police. It have plenty police per capita, right, as compared to other places. Why it is when you call the police, they only come when you're dead. The police, I mean, clearly we have a problem. We have a problem with the management of the resources, which is the police service.
What textbook they using?
I don't know. Something wrong.
If you're using the right textbook.
We have more police per capita than most other jurisdictions, right?
No, but that argument only works in a first world country. But if this is Timbuktu, what is the ratio? You can't compare size for size.
You can't 1 to 1. Right?
No, you can't have one-to-one. But
then everybody going to be it's going to be half police state. Right?
Yes, but the argument of ratio must take all other things into context. Because there are places that are smaller than us or as small as us, have less police, but they are more advanced.
Well, we had to. Well, again, that's our next place.
Let me take this call. I haven't heard her for a while. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
Very well.
Yes. Tell me.
The question is a good question, but I thought when we ordered the body cam to the police, I don't know, you could correct me if I'm wrong. The head of the police, some department of the police said, if anything, when they're supposed to be wearing their cams, and if it's not being worn, especially if they go out to these areas, they will be charged or something will happen. Something, it has to be, what is the sense of having body cam? Who paid for the body cam? We. I might not have food in my house, but I know I bought body cams for the police. Because it's the population, the citizens bought those things. It's not free. And I think I want to find out, is there a charge for not wearing a body cams?
That's a good question. We'll have to ask.
Do you know? Because I heard once, when they bought all these, when they said they get, and then some people say they have batteries, they don't know, like the people don't even know what does it mean, how to use it, I don't know.
But if you could have a phone, you could have a body cam. You know, all the excuses they're making, to me, none of which make sense at all. A body cam not big like a television. It's a body cam.
No, right. But in the event that you do not have it, let us just say you don't wear it. Is there a charge? Is there a way you know that your car, if you don't have a windshield, whatever, they're going to charge you, right? You know that. You're not arguing, right? How come you don't know if the policeman coming in your house or in front of you, he can't back up what is happening? Why people have to speculate and wonder if, when, and where?
You're correct. You are very correct.
That's what I can't understand. We have no you just have accountability. And they getting fined if something happens tomorrow, their car, you bounce up, whatever you do, whatever. So why can't you say, hey, my body cam is not used. They are not used. What is the penalty for that? That's why I say I wouldn't pay nothing. I should have been a driver. I don't know what jail they'll put me in or if they have jail space. Right? It can't be 1 minute straight, you see about this zone, you see about this place, and the next minute a man, you could do anything you want. Where is the body cam? And even if you don't have it, I want to know if they are not being charged or whatever it is, just like the common man. And why speculate? Why we always have and I think it's Mr. Madison said, we have to have an open conversation. Time for open conversation, to me, I always say, Trinidadians like to talk. We should only be talking as robbers in a carnival van. And that's what we are noted for. Carnival and talk. This country has no action. Everybody be running around in the wilderness like, what happened? What happened? I don't know. And everybody afraid to talk, afraid to say, afraid to do, afraid, but everybody dying nevertheless. Anyway, I'm listening, and I just come on and I with that question, and I was wondering. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
why is anyhow? I don't want to shift from my discussion. Good afternoon, Mr. President.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. again, Mr. Rodok, and good afternoon again, Mr. Stephen and Trinidad and Tobago. Hey, it had a brother who talked right before the last,
Locketa?
No, that wasn't a Locketa, that was a soldier.
All right.
Yeah. You see that brother there? That brother give me an inspiration that as Rodok asks, if the government so feel that the ZOSO go really work, seeing how the population see what go on there. Well, I would ask how would the army visit that consciousness, seeing that they put in the army together with the policeman to do the ZOSO. Now that is the way how we just think, because we know the army ain't like that, you know. We know the army spirit of consciousness, you know. And I'm not saying, I don't want to put down and say the army don't like the police. I don't want to say that. We take that talk for ourselves and understand what it is saying. But how the army taking that knowing they have to go and work with people who are going to kill people just so for nothing? That's how we just think out here. So, Mr. Rolex, your question very decent. How they're going to work that also knowing that how we just think about the police and know that the police are not out there. They are law unto the self. We out here, we understand them, we just try to stay in category with them, but we know how they just come. When they come by my house, before they leave my house, if they're searching for something, when they leave my house, they totally mash up, you know. Nobody don't come and tell me how to get back nothing after, or go to insurance, or go get redressed, so they don't mash up all my thing because they were searching for something, and in some cases, they don't get nothing. So, only I need that there, you know. I need that right there for which a question was already going on, because hold up, you asked a nice question. I'll go to that day.
Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon. Pleasant good afternoon, comrades.
Good afternoon.
I don't know if you will remember during Gary Griffith's reign as Commissioner of Police that he had to transfer a whole division, nearly a whole division of officers from South. He transferred them, he didn't fire them, he didn't suspend them. He transferred them because they didn't want to wear no body cams. I don't know if you can remember that. And from since then, I've always been asking the question, is there something that that they have to negotiate with the association of the police for those body cams to be worn by the police officers?
No. You could just pass legislation, just like the Zoho and everything. Pass legislation. I'm sure all parliamentarians will agree with it. And put it in force.
Well, right, I agree with that. But it's there right now. It's not informed. Whenever it is not informed. That is why they're moving around with those. Some wearing it and some not wearing it.
Just like you pass legislation to remove tint from people's cars, just like you pass legislation to double the fines, the same way you can pass legislation to say, well, police are the way body cam, and if you kill somebody or you commit a crime, you do something to a citizen without wearing a body cam and you have no proof of it, other than your word, it can't be your word against my word in the court.
So, well, see, that's where my mind goes back to Gary Griffith, when he was coming. He had to move a whole division of people.
Because the first thing the police will tell you is, listen, is my word against yours. It can't be my word against yours in the court. It had to be based on evidence. Show me the evidence where you do XYZ or you said XYZ.
But my problem is that where is the problem? Where is the technical problem? Yes, not really the camera. Where's the reason? I don't see any, but...
Because this, you see what happened there with a young man? I could guarantee you that 3 years from now, we're going to be talking about something just like that happen. And nothing we'll be talking about this happened, the one in Mova what happened, the one in Maruga or wherever happened. We will be talking about it the same way. You remember when that happened? Right? Nothing going on happened. Citizens had to say something about that.
That's why, as you say, it have to be that they must be They have to be, it must be a must.
Why people lose their lives? And to all the people who asking this stupid question, why the man was running, but they know why he was running now. You understand? You know why he was running now? He just didn't get away. He just didn't get away.
Exactly. So that's my focus. That was my focus. The body cams business was my. I remember the Gary Griffith time when Gary couldn't get them to wear the body cams, and he was the man who introduced body cams. Okay, thank you.
Let me take this call. This number called, Julia. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm calling from Sawa. I'm a very old person.
Yes.
And I can see why police went to join with the government. Because since I am in this country, I never see police support no other government but the PNM government. And you know what my feelings is? They're going to bring down that lady. I may be wrong, but that is how I'm seeing it. Because I remember when Carl Hudson Phillips was going up against the PNM, a policeman came and picked me up Queen's Park Hotel. He was my neighbor brother, came from Tobago. And I used to board him. And he came to pick me up, and he had 2 piles of paper on his seat. Where Carl said what he's going to do if he get in there and all kind of thing. And he knew I was supporting Carl, and he gave me one of the paper because he was dropping me home. He said, read that, and when you read it, hand it back for me. And I read it and I hand it back for him. He said, you're still going to vote for Carl? I said, anybody with a sense is going to believe that? I said, I'm not stupid. I said, that is thing they cook up, but I thought he went and picked it up from the pantry to get rid of it. Not knowing he went and shared it in the square. And that's so the people back out and don't vote for and didn't vote for Carl Hudson Phillips. So I know police is for PNM. I don't know why they just wanted to get her out of them faster than she could settle herself. And I have plenty more I could tell you, but time not permit me this evening. I am sorry for the lady. All my life I fought tooth and nail to get rid of the PNM. And look what happened now. When I think, well, I leave my great-grandchildren in good hands, and none of my children work with the government, they work private. Look, right now, one come out from university and she gone Colombo to teach. The church sent her there to teach. My child, them don't think one grandson was very unfortunate. He lived in Arima, in one of the plannings there. And when he got here and them passing, they try for her. She has 7 children. And they take the first one under the ring. He went to school up there, some college up there, Trinity College. And as he graduates, he gets a work on as government win. I don't know who advising this, my godly lady, I don't know who advising her. He's out of a work. And they move him out from the house because they don't like where he lives in. And they put him to rent. He had to give up his rent. They were trying to get him to come here, but up here ain't good. Is I alone living here? And I had to live here. I'm going the way I'm talking. I'm sorry for my great-grandchildren and them. I pray God that I was going to leave my great-grandchildren in this lady hand. I love her to death. I don't know why this lady make all these people just come to my shop. Even people was going campaign to win the seat, they win the seat. They were standing against. I don't know what this lady doing. I'm going. Thanks for listening.
All right, Mom. All right, no. Perspective was a hell of a thing. But I enjoy your lens. She watching Granny seeing way down the road.
No, Granny must be seeing something we ain't seen, but,
yeah.
But she might be right.
But you know, there's a few times I'm lost for words. And I'm lost for words now, you know. I do not believe, and that's why I keep telling you about the idea of police and police number. But I agree with you on a different end. I agree with you. If we figure they're idiots, putting more on the street will not help. Yeah, that will exacerbate the problem.
I didn't say they're idiots, eh?
No, I'm not saying they are. But if you mistrust, if you have issue with the personal, let me put it that way then, mildly, then increasing in number, augmenting the number does not help the problem.
But I didn't say increasing number either.
That's what I'm saying. So I am agreeing with you for that point.
Right.
But I'm saying the terms of number and ratio only applies in my view when all things being equal.
What we need is sensible, scientific policing in Trinidad and Tobago.
So that's the
we
other...
are too small, brother. We have less than 1 million people working in Trinidad and Tobago. First thing.
So
we have everything. I mean, I've been saying this from day one on this program. I've been saying this long time, years ago on our next program. Listen, we have less people in Trinidad and Tobago as citizens than we have in some big companies, and there are quite a few in the world, as employees in one company. And they have system to manage all the employees. You know where in real time where all of them are, they know everything. Right? They have biographical data on everything, everybody. It's simple. Simpler than you think. If you sit down and from a macro perspective, you analyze the whole thing, you put the kind of systems in place, you put the kind of legislation in place. You have cameras all over, but you can use them camera footage in court. Right? What are we doing? What are we saying? How are we using technology, boy? And now we have this killing on camera. And these people, I'm almost sure. And I could only talk while I'm speculating. I can only speculate on the basis of the history, what has happened in the past. The next 5 years, we'll be talking about something like this happening again. The next 2 years, the next 3 years, the next 3 months, we'll be talking about something that this happened again, and we'll be referencing this situation where nothing has happened, nothing has come out of it in any significant way. And I'm talking about not the police getting locked up or whatever. I'm talking about solving the problem.
And that's why I have to congratulate, and I said this, you maybe did not hear it, the PCA, because it does fall within their remit. And the head of the PCA in the articles that I read said, well, we have been calling for body cams for a long while. This is just another circumstance which shows the need for body cams. But what bothers me, now carnival going on, so we know this is not serious time, eh? This is carnival. That opium, most people are drinking it, and after carnival we'll maybe wake up. But what bothers me is this: why are we discussing body cams in 2026? Why are we discussing things that have been solved by civilized society and first world countries? Those things are not discussions. Madam Prime Minister and Leader Opposition, those things are not discussions anymore.
Not discussions.
Minister of National Security, and the things that you're all discussing, the world has solved.
Long time.
Somebody discussed it already. If you do a Google search, it will tell you the pros and cons.
Yeah, you don't listen. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. We say that all the time on this program. No need to reinvent the wheel.
Use DeepSeek. You don't need to have a meeting anymore. You could Google the pros and cons and discuss it. You don't need a paper to be presented anymore. And these are things that the public can't fix. And one of the callers point out to that. So you're raising the fines for traffic offenses because you're doing what you have to do. And because of my accident, I on the train for stricter traffic adherence. But what about these little screws for people that serve the public? What about these little screws that allow people to... Now, you have a ZOSO, Zone of Special Operations, before the public. Do you not see that one thing affects the other?
Correct.
How could you not see that? How could you not see that one thing affects the other?
How?
Let me take this call. Good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr.
Yes, thank you. Welcome back. Yeah.
Mr. Alex, as a citizen, I just want to probably say 2 words with respect to this, the rollout of this plan, this ZOSO. And I don't know, I asked the question probably on your program some time ago as to whether in fact what preparation have been made to put that, because this thing could be very embarrassing, you know. If the thing is not done properly, and who are you selecting people or police officers? Are you selecting other persons who would be and have them brief them, give them some kind of training or whatever it is? You just don't come one morning and say, I want 40 policemen and 40 just running the community and all you go and do. This thing requires preparation. It requires briefing, bringing those people who are going to be part of the program, police officers and others, get them probably in some, wherever it is convenient, and you brief them what it's all about, what is expected of them, and so over a 3-day, a weekend, or whatever it is. Do not take those people and just put them in the community, the soldiers, brief those people, because you're talking about interaction. Are they trained to carry out those responsibilities? Are they? Think about it. This place, this Trinidad, people just do things like anything, how it hangs, how it swings. We have to act like developed countries, how they do. That's how they do it. They have a plan, they have that plan to roll out, and they have the people, identify people, they train them, they let them know what is expected, what the objective, and whatever it is, and what it, and this is, and then you're talking about putting other things, who coordinating the whole thing? Who coordinating it? So all I want to probably say, and probably the government want to hear what I say, or wherever it is, do not take people, just any police, they take 10 policemen from here, 10, 5 from here, and just tell them go inside, plan this thing properly.
Maybe we
make sure the people are...
Maybe we had to fix the whole structure. We had to first fix how you see all that training you're talking about. We had to fix first how we recruit police officers.
Yeah, so we
had to start there.
That's where it starts,
right?
recruitment.
How we recruit police officers.
You're an HR guy, you know that.
As HR. Right? Because in HR, you know, if you recruit bad,
it'll end up bad.
It will end up bad.
You can't fix them.
Right? You can't fix them. Right? So you have to
what I'm saying, you plan to implement that ZOSO.
Right.
And I am saying I'm dealing specifically with the ZOSO.
Okay.
We already spoke about the question of training of police officers, the recruitment of police officers, right? All these things must be dealt with. But I'm dealing specifically with that plan that you have to implement. Those people who are going to be part of the plan, who are going to be part of the roll-off of the plan, I am saying whether they are prepared to do that, to carry out that responsibility. That is what I'm saying overall, the police, you need to deal with police reform. These people who you have as deputy commissioners and assistant commissioner, you will hear about 40 of them. I don't know what they do, what division they're in charge. You have to deal with that. You have to give them responsibility. And they must carry out their responsibility, made to carry it out. Because I suspect as a citizen that the commissioner really appears not to have the support of some of these people. I don't know. Because I know in these organizations you have these things. Because if people don't like the way you go up the ranks, and who skip who, they undermine you, they don't work with you. That's it. That's part of the cause. So I am saying that you need to, the reform that you speak about, yes, but I'm saying if in fact you want to implement it and you get the approval from the Senate and the whatnot to go with that, I want to know whether you have those people you're going to put there, whether those people are prepared, whether they are trained and whatnot to carry out that specific responsibility that you're going to entrust upon them. And whether you have proper coordination. That is what I want to know, because I say this thing could be chaotic. You see what happening already? All right, thank you.
So correct.
Yeah, we're going to compound the issue. If we don't get, and as we were just saying before the caller called, you must know that one thing is related to the other. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, umpire Rolex and our senior umpire, Mr. Matheson. I don't know if he has square leg or I think he might be a square leg tonight during this game. I do not know. I sit down here and I do not want to make mention of what this activity I went over the police and the gentleman. I am trying to think what could be done to have this ZOSO, function properly and to be an asset to the society, to this society. I do not know if we could ask for assistance from the Jamaican national security, because Jamaica, the authorities there, the JD for security, and the JDF, which is the Jamaican Defense Force, and then you have the Jamaican, the JCF, the Jamaican Constabulary Force, which is the police. Right? And in Jamaica, they work together as one. I don't know what if they take off people from the different sectors there to both organizations and train them, both being from independent or security organizations. I do not know. I do not know if you could ask the regional security system, the RSS, which is CARICOM RSS system, for assistance here, right? Because I remember some years ago we had joint police army patrols, and there was a whole set of issues in the public domain where these officers were referred to as solis, which are soldier police, and there was this big uproar. Well, the soldiers, they can't arrest them, they don't have a powers to arrest, and I think the whole thing crashed after that. So for somehow we never got, unless somebody could tell me otherwise, a proper working together or coming together of the both security forces here. Because Jamaican culture is different to us. Right? And that is why when you bring in policies from abroad, you cannot transplant them wholesale. Right? You have to look into a different thing. Our system, and it goes back to our academics. What are we doing here? A set of people, everybody bright, but nobody are coming up with nothing to solve the problem in this little nation of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? We have enough intellectual capacity here. How much sociologists you will producing? How much psychologists? How much? Well, they don't produce much political analysts, right? Right? Why we cannot come up with a proper system as a homegrown system? That is my issue, And unless we don't try to come up with our own, we are independent in 1962. Why we have to still be dependent upon policies from abroad to bring them here wholesale, to transplant them here wholesale? So, Mr. Madison, I would like to have your comment. I would like to hear your comment on this. So you, apparently, you seem to be a man. That is why I keep my interest in this program. You have some what they call some ideas, some radical, some not so radical. But that is what we want. Let people throw up issues in the public domain and let us do something for this land, right? Unless we don't see about ourselves, nobody will see about us, and that is why we end up in this situation today with this 9 year, this 9 year desert period we went through. Yeah, because everybody sit down. Nobody says nothing, nobody does nothing. And all we are here, they don't know money, as if the countries are biscuited. Look at how this administration making efforts to try and get some finances somewhere. That is what our government does. You must have intellectual power to do good for your society. And unless we don't realize this kind of thing, we'll continue to a whole set of silence. Only time we hear people talking about as a calypso chorus section is as public servants get a raise. Oh, the economy on fire, right? The economy this and that. So public servants will remain at the lowest strata of this society, right? And that's what you hear here. But nobody, I don't know if people. Unless I do not know what's going on here. But I have an idea of what's going on here, and I do not see people raising issues and coming up with solutions. The whole political intelligence here, is quiet.
Well, some people certainly might be waiting for it to hit their doorstep. And when it does so, maybe it might be too late. I don't know if you remember the priests in the concentration camp in Germany. But the thing is, you know, good things happen, bad things happen when good men do nothing. And we have a serious challenge in Trinidad, boy. And you're correct. We have a serious challenge with intellects speaking out. People who should know better, who could assist. They prefer to remain quiet. I don't know for what reason, right? And sometimes you just hear the dumb politicians who have, you know, political grouses and that kind of thing speaking all the time. When really and truly, you have a lot of people with good sense, good critical thinking skills and that kind of thing say nothing.
Yeah, because you see, we happen to be, I don't know, since when Trinidad became a country of game players, so everybody playing games, right? And this poor country, you understand, just when it mashed up in the past 8, 9, 10 years, or how many years it was, right? This government or this administration, as far as I see, trying. And I'll always give them a real pass mark for effort, right? And we must appreciate that, right? But everybody, you know, all people academia, look how much students got dollar for dollar, they got gate, and nobody not saying anything, right? People prefer to leave and go than come up with solutions. The Jamaican people, and the intellects and the Jamaican Constabulary Force and the Jamaican Defense Force, they work together with sociologists and psychologists and came up with this Zoso thing, right? But we cannot say this will solve our situation here. The culture of Jamaica, the sociology of Jamaica, different to Trinidad, right? So that is what I have to say about that. But Mr. Amanda, so all I will say, God bless you, this program you come here with, so that people like me could say something. And I am tremendously grateful for that, because the Bible says ungratefulness is boast and witchcraft. Right? So thank you, brother. And I'm listening. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Why are we having these discussions in 2026? I am puzzled.
I'm more puzzled than you.
Why?
I'm more puzzled than you. Since 2013, I would have said something.
And
I would
then
have
when the
literally
yellow there,
put
the
forward.
red block it. When the red there, the yellow block it. And we're still having these conversations in 2026. We're arguing about RFD plates. RFID plates. We're arguing about why we debate these things debated already.
Yeah,
Aristotle debate this.
A long time.
Socrates solved this.
Listen, I think I wonder if I told you the story. I was driving down the road and I was in Georgia. This is in 2004.
2004.
When the judge, when the prisoner, the man who was in prison, not in prison, a man who had committed some crime or something, and that brought him to court. They arraigned him in somewhere in Georgia, and he shot a marshal. And before you know it, all over on the highways, everything, the man picked yours up. It had no way he could have
all the information outside.
All the information outside there, right? And I talking about it within minutes, you know. And he was captured. We have and this technology are out there, have been out there as long as probably as long as the internet. Yet we still tinkering with things. It's like it can't happen in Trinidad. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You know, 1.4 million people.
I'm laughing in despair.
Yeah,
this is
1.4 million people.
This is tragic comedy.
That's a county.
This is tragic comedy at its best.
That's a county in the US.
Imagine we have people that read all kind of book sitting down and debating some of these things.
It's just amazing. I don't know. I mean, It's sad to think that we reach there, we void our critical thinking, we void the will to be able to do something. We have everything has to be debated in a kind of adversarial atmosphere where you have he, she, race, them and they, and African and Indian, and 1%, and all kind of bleepery.
Bob Marley says in his song Rat Race, in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty.
Of course, and that's what happened. But you see that here, if we thirsty, so what does that make us? We are in the abundance of ideas and critical thinking and things out there to solve the problem. We still think around all kind of stupidness.
I'm just confused. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon. I want to ask this question, Mr. Matheson. What do you think should be done?
What I think should be done? Here what we need in Trinidad and Tobago. And it's very difficult to do it. We need a reset. Right? We need a reset. We need to sit down and plan out Trinidad and Tobago. Have a strategic plan for the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. Where we want to go, when we want to get there, and how we intend to get there. Right? And when we do that, and we have a clear strategic plan, we have a clear vision, a clear mission, we know how much people we are trained to be lawyers, we know how people we are trained to be doctors, we know when they have to be doctors, we know everything, right? And we employ technology that is, we're reinventing the wheel. Right. We have all the technologies available all over the world. Israel, right? It's on your phone, right? Everything available there, employ that, right? We start there and we will solve the problem. You hear what I say? I reset.
Yes. Quite a long time, we have been saying that we need to come together. We ought to plan out things. We ought to have a reset. Men go, government come, and nothing is being done. The only thing I am seeing, Mr. Matheson, is people have to pay for what they have done. You do the crime, you pay for it. But then we have been talking about accountability. Who are we accountable to? Who is accountable to who? There is no accountability in this country. And I would suggest that we have neutral people. Get some people from outside, come in and work together with those who want to see things go better, put down laws and let those laws be carried out. Other than that, to me, we are just talking, and spilling top in mud. You take a man's hand, whatsoever, there should be the just of that. Be it police, be it prime minister, be it the lawyer, whatsoever, there should be some accountability. And the only way I believe you'll have accountability, there must be some neutral people coming here to assist us. Because right now, if we could see it, there is anarchy in Trinidad. Everyone does what he thinks is right.
Correct.
Without any redress. Thank you.
Correct.
Thank you, caller.
Caller couldn't say it better.
And we just closing, Mr. Matheson, so you will take us out.
It may not look so. The caller say we have anarchy in Trinidad. It may not look so.
Yes.
To the majority, but that effectively, essentially, is what is happening. Right? Everybody feel that they are not just for nothing, so they're taking everything into their own hand,
I was
including the
driving
police.
west on the highway this morning, heading to Dago, and behind me I could see the car ducking in, ducking out. Like something is telling him, drive on the shoulder, drive on the shoulder. I don't know what it's saying. I'm watching in my review and saying, but what is saying to you that you can drive on the shoulder? Anyway, we're out of time. Join us tomorrow on the Third Empire for more.
Yeah.
Have a good evening.
Have a good evening.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we.
Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus. This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every